Good afternoon, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talk. So I hope everybody's having a great day. I know I am, because I am convinced now more than ever that we are seeing a good beatdown, and there's a reason for it. And so in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about why I believe we're going to have a sharp turnaround. And this beatdown's probably going to last approximately another week or so. Is it a bad feeling? It's an ugly feeling unless you're doing what I'm doing and you're betting big on it. So I think silver's going to keep going down. The reason I think that, I don't want to be too long on kind of the intro and stuff. I want to jump right into kind of the information that I'm looking at, some of the stuff that's helping me make my decisions to buy more. If you guys enjoy this video, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. Please make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel, and leave me a comment. Let me know your opinion. I love reading other people's opinions, and whenever someone says, hey, go check out this data, I always got to go double check it, just to see what's going on. I like seeing and reading about it. So we got basically the first thing that I want to talk a little bit about is the end of the second financial quarter. So for those of you that don't know, usually the quarters are January, February, March. And then you have your second quarter, April, May, and June. And then July, August, September. And then October, November, and December. The first quarter of this year, we've seen something really interesting. For those of you guys that don't know, we've seen silver. It was high. It was doing good. And all of a sudden, we've seen silver get beat down to $20. Now, the timing on that $20 low was interesting because it was basically almost the last day of the third quarter. And there's a reason, I believe, for that. I believe a lot of shorts have to cover at the end of the financial quarter. And so basically, it got all the way down to $20. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like me. You guys would love to buy silver again at $20, even though it will be $20 plus the premiums. That's okay. But what was interesting is everybody was feeling so bad. Everybody was feeling so discouraged, including myself, because I didn't really realize what I'm realizing now back then. You know, you got the price getting beat down. I had already put my orders in. As it kept falling, I kept putting in my orders. As many of you guys are doing right now, since we've seen basically a couple dollar drop, it just keeps getting beat down. A lot of people put their order in. I put a bunch of orders in yesterday. But then at the end of March, April 1st rolled around. And in the next 13 days, the first 13 days of April, we're in a new financial quarter at that point now. You had silver go from $20 to $25, a 25% increase. I'm wondering if that ain't going to happen again at the end of this quarter. So this quarter ends on June 30th. And then come the first day of July, who knows what we're going to see. Now, I've seen this happen many of times, but I never really looked at why, the reasoning behind it. I actually helped someone put in an order for 4 monster boxes on 4th of July weekend, when back then they would run specials during the weekend, during the holidays, Memorial Day sales, Black Friday sales, 4th of July weekend sales, that type of stuff. I helped someone order a box, and later on I found out that, darn, that dude ordered 4 monster boxes at $15.60. Back then, you only had dollar premiums. I think it was like 99-cent weekend. But spot got down to $15. So 14 something, 15. He paid basically $16 an ounce and bought 2,000 ounces. Now that was pretty insane. But what happened was a lot of people were skittish. And right now, I'll be honest, there's a lot of people that are skittish. I talked to tons and tons of people, both on YouTube and in my personal life. I don't always mix the two together. So if you know me from my real life outside of YouTube and you know me on YouTube, then you're one of the few, I'll be honest. But with that being said, a lot of people are all getting discouraged right now. they're feeling bad. They're like, man, silver just keeps going down. I'm discouraged. I don't know what to do. I don't want to put any more orders in for the time being. What do you think is going to happen? If the price keeps getting beat down for the remainder of this quarter, these people are going to feel really discouraged. I would love to see $20 spot, 20, and change dollar spot price. But I do worry a little bit about the premiums actually jumping. However, I'm thinking we could see a repeat of the first quarter. We see the price get beat down, but what's happening now, the smart money is catching on to the can being kicked down the road. Looking at everything that's going on, both in the financial markets with the debt ceiling or lack of for the time being, or in the silver demand. I know some people are like, there's no real demand. That's something that people make up. I want people to think about what the European Commission president said. He wants to make it mandatory that all rooftops of both public and commercial buildings have solar panels on them. So that's a mandatory, but they got 5 years to do it. So it's not a big deal. But it is interesting when that happens because the demand on the silver is going to continue to climb. You've got more and more people buying it up. And we're getting ready, I believe, to go into a huge, essentially resource boom where commodities and precious metals and, some people might not call them precious, but other metals like copper, you could say nickel, lithium, all this type of stuff is about ready to really boom in my personal opinion. And I'm going to get into why I believe that in a minute. But I want people to know this is not financial advice. It's just my opinion and what I think is going to happen in the near future. You have all these countries essentially getting upset with the U.S. right now, which is kind of sad because I'm here in the U.S. I enjoy the fruits of cheap money, as many of you probably do too. Most of my subscribers are in the United States. However, as countries start getting upset with the United States and they slow down on wanting to hold them dollars, what could just happen in Africa the other day? A lot of people aren't talking about this on mainstream news, but they basically announced that from here out, they're going to be trading in local currencies. The president came out and said that. He said, it's great if we're buying stuff from America, we want to pay them in dollars. But you know what? If we're buying something from another area of Africa, well, let's pay them in our own money. Let's force it to be used. As all these countries continue to essentially not utilize the dollars, well, where are they going to go? They're going to work their way back to the U.S. I mean, he said it clearly. If we're buying stuff from the U.S., we'll pay them in dollars. Yeah, that brings them back here. We're trying to get rid of our dollars. We're trying to send them to other countries. Reason being, if we can get other countries to take our paper, well, that's good for our dollars because there's less of them here in the United States. And essentially, it doesn't force the prices to continue to climb. Simply put, the more dollars that are out there in circulation, the higher the prices go. But if we can get other countries to hold those dollars, it's basically like holding checks. If I can write you a check and you're not going to cash it, well, that's a great deal for me. I mean, I get to keep utilizing that money for a while until I actually have to pay the piper. I know some of these metals right here, I do buy with a credit card. I know that is frowned upon in the stacking community. Oh my word, you're putting it on a credit card. You know what? I pay my credit card every month. I don't let it linger. Although I'll be honest, if we see precious metals continue to fall, I may be tempted to put a couple extra orders in and have to let that bill linger for 30 days. I know that's not recommended, but I may end up doing it. It's something I've been thinking about for a little while, especially if we're going to see, in my opinion, a quick 25% increase. Can you imagine if all of a sudden silver does get down to 20 and then all of a sudden it jumps up to 25, 26? And here's the thing. The demand is increasing, despite what people say, and the supply is limited. Now, I know some people are going to be like, man, they mined 800 million ounces. That's not exactly limited. Okay, but keep in mind the trading. between the trading back and forth of paper silver, I mean, we had over 1 billion ounces traded in the last month alone. When we mine, well, the world mines roughly 800 and something million ounces per year. But look at all the trading. And as they push the price down, do you think big money, other countries aren't realizing, hey, we have an opportunity to buy up metals right now while they're being beat down? Huge amounts of shorts are going to be covered over the next week. And I believe more shorts will possibly be placed. More physical purchase orders will be placed. But they need to beat the price down. Reason they need to beat the price down, think about it. If you put in a short and silver's at $23 and you put in millions and millions of short contracts and all of a sudden silver goes to 25, well, you just lost $2 from 23 to 25 per every ounce. But if you can short it heavier, bring the price back down to 23, you basically kick the can down the road. But on the flip side, eventually those shorts will come due too. Now, some people are saying, well, they'll put a cap on silver price where basically they'll fix the prices, price fixing, that type of stuff. I don't believe really they can do that because in a way, premiums can go through the roof. And even if they make some rule saying you can't sell it for more than this, what do you think is going to happen? The truth of the matter is people won't sell it. Then they'll go to potentially black markets and you will see the price run up astronomically at that point. Now, I personally would never do a black market thing. I would not break the law in any way. But it's something that will be happening. Price controls never work, even though they've been tried time and time again. And essentially, people do the runaround. So I want people to know, don't panic that silver is going down. It's not the end of the world. In my personal opinion, this is just short-term pain for long-term gain. I've said it time and time again. I really believe this stuff is going to skyrocket. It's not financial advice, just my opinion. And we'll see what happens. I could be wrong, and maybe we'll see it keep going down. We could see it go down. Someone made a comment, I'd love to see $15 silver. You know what? I'd love to see $15 silver too. I don't believe that will happen, but you never know. I really didn't believe that we'd see it go down to under 20, and now it's looking like, you know what, we could see some crazy stuff happen this next week, the remainder of this week, and then the beginning of next week I think we still have. So we'll see how this plays out. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. It helps me out more than you know. And leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know where you stand. Are you buying extra silver right now? Some people are getting skittish. A lot of people, once we see the jump, if we see the jump next month, are going to all want to flood back into silver, and it's going to push it even higher than essentially what it would have been. It's kind of like a beach ball. I always love that beach ball analogy. You push a beach ball down underwater in a swimming pool. Once you let go of it, what happens to it? It doesn't just go to the surface and sit there. It skyrockets out of the pool and up in the air, and it overshoots what fair market, what it should be. I expect we could see some of that happening next month, and I'm kind of hoping we do. It's going to push more people to get in, and more people bring awareness to it. The more people will talk about it. I guarantee you we'll be seeing news articles next month. I can't promise you that, but that's my thoughts. None of this is financial advice, nor should it be taken as such. This is my opinion. And do your own homework, do your own research about all this stuff that we just talked about. It's a starting point. So I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I got another great package opening tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. An amazing deal, an amazing set coming out. That I think a lot of people are going to miss the opportunity on this set. And then when it does skyrocket, the premiums on this set could skyrocket. Even though it's around with essentially a short supply, I believe. It's kind of limited in its numbers, 100,000 of each coin. And as these coins kind of unroll, out over the next couple years, more people are going to want to get in, more people are going to want to get the set, and then that will be it. They'll have a hard time getting the early ones, but if you were smart enough to get some of the early ones, you potentially can make some good money, make some good trades off of it. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.